hosting Beijing 2008 Paralympic Games. How was that? Because I feel like Beijing that year 2008 was like a big year.
That was a wild year.
Being in that arena.
Perfect.
Welcome back, reality check.
We got right here.
VT and Xay Dryz back in building.
Listen, we got a special, lovely guest, an inspiration, a motivator, a healer of souls, because his soul is already complete. We got Jerome Avery right here. As well as an Olympian of his own, and he stands on his own. So let's get right into it.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yo, so you be making music. Is that true?
Yeah. With my brother.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What kind of music?
Man, we got a little bit of everything. I'll send you our sound. You know, we SoundClouding it right now. But
Okay.
I'll let y'all vibe out on it. But it's cool. It's cool.
All right.
So it's like, is he a producer or something, or what?
What's that?
Is he a producer or something? Your brother?
No, so basically it started when I usually just make beats, man. Back in the day, Fruity Loops, sampled a lot because I didn't know how to really mix anything. Yeah. So I would sample stuff, take stuff, put my own little drums on. My brother, he nice with it. So he was actually on there rapping and everything. And then one day he was just like, hey man, just say, why don't you say it? So I started putting my little 2 cents on. And then you know how it works. And then every time we vibe, we get together, we always write and make music together. That's our form of bonding. And when we kick it, we just bond like that, man. Making music and playing it for people. You know how you do it? This is how we do it right here. This is how I do it anyways. I be sitting there with a little female or whatnot. And then play the music, see if she bobbed her head to it. And if she bobbed to her head, I'll be like, yeah, that's me and my
That's
brother.
The one. Yeah. Print that.
That's me right there.
Bro, to be honest, that's actually not even like, so many people use that tactic though. Yeah. Like literally they'll have a song, and then in the studio that's why they go to the studio with so many people, because it's like if they play the song and people are like, okay, like they're like, this is a hit. It's a hit. Print it.
Oh man, for real. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's what we be doing.
Brother,
man.
Well, you guys are. This is Xay Dryz right here.
You know what I mean?
All right. Nice to meet you, man. Fish to meet you.
You as well, man. You know, rappers rapping about this young man right here to my left.
Hey,
you
man.
You dig me? So, hey, yeah. It's you know, we both are like musical, me and him.
Yes.
But just the getting more into music, you know, consistently. I actually released something yesterday. So we're gonna see how that plays out, you know what I'm saying? But no, it's good. Music in general, I feel like is just like even if you're not gonna share it with people, like even if you're not trying to be an artist, just the ability or even just the pastime of making music, I think is like so like it's a spiritual process.
I mean, be creative. It allows you to be creative and put something together in your image and how you like it. Man, that's real good right there. That's real good. Yeah. And that's why I think I mess with SoundCloud a lot, because you hear a lot of artists that you would never normally hear.
True.
So I surf. I'm a surfer big time. I'll sit on there, vibe out to a lot of artists. I found like a lot of dope artists out of Amsterdam too. Yeah. And Germany actually has good artists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Which one of your brothers do you do the music stuff with?
Oh, so I got one brother.
Oh, okay. And there are 3 sisters.
I got 2 sisters.
Oh, there's 4 total, but then okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's so you actually like actively, because I've seen this where some people don't do this and some people, it's like half and half. But you're one of those people who actively like search for new music, eh? Like especially
I do, man.
SoundCloud and stuff, like you like listen to new talent and stuff like that, eh?
Oh, I do. I love music, man. I love singing. I mean, I'm all over the place with my music, man. I love
yes.
It depends on my mood and my vibe, especially when I'm cleaning. I'll be putting on those mixes.
Yeah.
Black man,
back to this. Man, I'm telling you.
Cleaning. Hey, a cleaning black man, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Respect on the name. Come on, man.
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about your life, and then you tell me how it sounds to you.
Okay.
And just for the people listening, just to understand what kind of caliber of human that you are, and that's sitting here. So you've been to your own Olympics a couple times. You've been a 5-time, or you've been 5th in the nation of California, which is huge, in high school, for a number of years. You've been able to advocate and successfully do so, and actually spread the word about blind athletes, guide runners, destigmatize some of those things that's in there for para athletes, and also bring empowerment to that community. You've been able to help and also achieve 2 golds, a silver medal at the Paralympics. And you've been able to put that together, a bond and a team and a cultivation around, who you're working with, to the point where now your team bravery, which I thought was immense marketing. I was like, hold on.
Bro, that's a bar, bro. Bravery?
Team bravery. Bro. And now you're working with Lex Gillette, phenomenal athlete. I was watching some of his your stories with him doing. So he's blind, yeah, and he's doing like full-on snatches, full-on jerks. Haven't seen the movement in his life, and he's just doing it. So
my man went viral for TikTok a while back too, because his Jordan game, he can literally hold a Jordan and let you know what Jordan it is and everything.
No.
So for a minute, everybody was sending him shoes so he can go on TikTok and be like, "This is the Jordan 6, blah blah blah." Oh yeah, my man, he nice. He nice. Lex is nice.
Oh, and Lex is just great soul. Great soul.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane. How is he, like blind, or like how?
Totally blind. The only thing that he has is light perception, so he can obviously tell you if it's dark or light. But that's about it. Can't see no shapes or anything at all.
Wow. Because I know when we had a conversation with David.
Yeah. David Johnson.
He's
been into the
Yeah, we had him on the podcast. Phenomenal conversation. Phenomenal person as well. But he was saying he's blind, but he has what, 3% left? 3% left. So you're saying that this guy is like just blind.
Yeah.
Totally blind, can't see anything.
And this guy's doing snatches. This guy's telling you J's.
Yeah. Very incredible.
Madness.
Wow.
Madness.
That's insane.
So I just basically listed off a small snapshot of your life. Obviously, you're very family oriented. What are your siblings' names again? Like Dominique.
Okay, keep going.
Wait, there's I need to pronounce. Is it?
So it's Dominique. It's Jaqua. Jaqqua's the baby sister, and then my baby brother is Jalen.
Okay, Jaqua. I was gonna ask you how to pronounce that properly, because I didn't want to butcher it.
Yeah.
But I know family is important to you, and I kind of wanted to talk about them as well today.
Yeah.
Because as much as the accolades and the sports and the achievement goes, this as an athlete, that we just kind of keep our mind focused, like what's in front of us, what's beside us, what we got going on right now. And so the consistency and the longevity you've had as an athlete, but also the consistency as an individual off the track is what's impressive to me.
Appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the times you meet certain people and it's like, oh, not exactly what I thought. In terms of the type of caliber of individual, it doesn't match up to their achievements, and that's okay. But it's phenomenal to find someone like we clicked like right off the bat when we met.
Yeah.
The energy was just there. It was live. Like when I met him, he was like bopping on the track with.
That was all vibes. It was all vibes.
And David's just having a good time. He's just there. He's like, he's blind, obviously. Yeah. And this is the time where they've achieved at this point. And just to see the connection that you build with your teammates it's remarkable, through music, through dancing, through the things you already love to do. You brought it into your sport and made it your own. And I feel like a lot of the times, I kind of wanted to talk about yes, your journey is phenomenal. It's it's amazing what you've done, and sometimes we can disassociate from our achievements sometimes. But brother,
I appreciate. I mean, like you said a minute ago, it all stems from family. You know, family keeps you humble and grounded.
Yes, I want to know,
especially with my family. My family, we're jokesters. We love each other. Yes. So we constantly have our our chat where we'll just sit there and just, we'll have friendly banter and talk and always make sure we say we love each other and just communicate with each other. Whatever we have, if one of us have it, the other one has it automatically.
Yes.
And that was just my upbringing and how I was brought up, stems from my mother, my father. And, it carried down to the siblings. We all share that same mindset.
Okay. So some philosophy that I shared with you that I found interesting is that you have is what got you there will keep you there. And I was quite like wondering, like, where did that come from? Is that from family? Is that something that you cultivated over time through hardship? And you're like, you know what, I'm gonna double down. This is what got me here. There was a moment of hardship. Or are you just like, were you always like that?
I mean, I think as I've gotten older, you got a little wiser and everything. Okay. But it actually stemmed from when I first got to like you were saying, when I first got to the Olympic Training Center, I was an elite athlete trying to pursue my career as a medalist and as an Olympian.
Right.
But it was a coach that I had at that time. And he pretty much had said that because I would go into a competition already prepared, as an elite athlete, to get to that level, you're already ready to go. But sometimes a lot of us, when we get to that, destination and we're at that competition, we try to do more. We do. That's where what got you there will keep you there. You don't have to do it. All of that hard work and everything you did in practice carries over. Someone once told me you make your mistakes in training so you don't make them in the competition.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But sometimes we think too much. We all do as athletes. We think too much, and just even as humans, we think too much. So what got you there will keep you there. You're prepared. You're ready to go. So just roll with it.
And you know what that says too, though? Just that explanation really puts the importance on the practice element and being prepared, because then you can lean on that and say, hey, look, I trained, I worked my ass off here, like I'm prepared, and now I can chill in the competition space.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yes, I can attest to that, in the sense of just like the confidence you build from the work that you're putting in behind the scenes gets displayed in public.
Yeah.
And you were spot on in that, because I share a similar philosophy, but you've refined it to this like one line, which is beautiful. And so that was something that stuck out to me, because I know that when I'm doing a hard practice, for example, or if you're writing a song and it's taking you a long time to, like, why am I taking it should be taking me like, a day maybe to pump out like maybe whatever it is. And for me, it's like when we're going through those hard times, those are the same hard times we lean back on in the moments we need to perform and produce. I've been here before. I've been in a place where I was throwing up 2-3 times in a week. I've been in a place where, what I'm saying, like all these, you're like, I did this workout and today I have like a 200 meters less. It's light. Light. I made it through that. I can make it through this. And we always say as athletes, like, competition should be fun. It should be easy. We're not repping. Right.
And it's so crazy. We all know how we feel when we're prepared and we're going into something versus when we're not prepared.
Yes.
We all know that. I mean, we've all been there before where we'll go into it like, okay, I got this, but you're truly not prepared. But when you sit down and prep, get ready and focus and hone in on it, man, it just makes it that much easier. You going in there, feeling good, and your confidence level is just boosted and magnified.
Yes.
Oh man,
that's beautiful.
And you were speaking about getting to the Olympic training center, and I was seeing here like one of your. I was looking at the list of your experience, Olympic experience, hey, and I'm seeing Beijing 2008 Paralympic Games. How was that? Because I feel like Beijing that year, 2008, was like a big year.
That was a wild year.
Being in that arena.
So it was good. I actually didn't go to there as an individual athlete. I went there more or less as a guide runner. But it was a great experience. When I first got involved in the Paralympic movement, that was 2004. I was able to put somebody on the podium. He got a silver medal, but that was in long jump. A lot of people don't, know this, but the blind athletes, they jump too as well. They do long jump.
That's insane.
Yeah, yes. They go down a narrow runway. And what I would do is make sure he's set up and facing me. He would know maybe 15 steps off of his left leg. That's when he hits the board and jumps. So what I was at the time when I first got into the sport was a caller. I wasn't even a guide runner yet. I was a caller. So what I would do is stand at the end of the board as soon as he's facing straight and clap him down straight. So I got this guy running full speed at me. And as he get closer, the claps get quicker. Straight. So he'll know when he hit that board, boom, take off. So after I was able to put him on that podium, it was one of those things where the other guide runner that they had there, he ended up pulling his hamstring. So I was the alternate. So this is how my whole career, it happened because the guide runner pulled his hamstring. Mind you, we were the first ones done in Athens. So I was ready to be on vacation. But since the guide runner had pulled his hamstring, it was like, okay, well, I'm prepared. I'm ready. Mind you, I'm coming off an individual career, so I'm in the best shape of my life. But I was thrown into the wolves as far as jumping in a race, never being tethered with the person that I was running with. But life experiences kind of took over, and I'll come back to the running aspect. But life experiences took over. I remember me doing. Have you guys ever done the three-legged race where you tie your tennis shoes up? A lot of those things. It's similar to that because you have to be in cadence and you have to match exact when you're running. So from the side, it should look like one person running. Right. Not only that, it's all about rhythm. I have good rhythm. I don't want to brag, but
hey, we talk about the music, we talk about the dancing, we got it. Yeah.
But good rhythm. And that's where it also stems from. Not only that, the communication aspect. I know when, and I'm sure, Vaughn, that you've done this before, when you playing around and you running along somebody, and you know that you could beat them, but they talking mess, you talking mess back to them.
Yeah.
When I run, that's what I'm doing. I'm communicating while I'm running.
Yes, sir.
So a lot of those life experiences have brought me over to being a guy runner. And so when I jumped into the race, running with the guy that I was running with, it just took over. And then I noticed at the time frame, and it's so crazy, there was other guys that weren't saying anything to their athletes. And it kind of baffled me a little bit, because I thought about it. I was like, the athletes that you're running with should know exactly where they're running on that track if they're running on speed. Not only that, I use that as a form of encouragement and support. Like if you were lifting weights, you had your trainer, come on, give me one more. That's it kind of pumps you up to, even if you're tired, to give that last one. And that's what I do while I'm running. So I'm running, talking, drive. There you go. Come on. You're at the 10-meter mark. Keep using your arms. You're looking good. At the 30-meter mark.
I low-key feel it.
The energy.
Energy mark. Come on. Keep going. 60. Looking good. Stay up tall. Come on. He's catching us. You're at the 90. 95. Lean. So play by play. You got to make sure that you communicate. But if you knew you couldn't see anything, I told you, you got 5 meters left in this race. You're going to give me your all. And if that race is close, I'm going to say, lean. You dip for that tape. And there we go.
Wow.
So that's how it stemmed. That's how my guide running experience stemmed. It stemmed from a guide runner pulling his hamstring, and I jumped into it. And then after that, it just took a mind of its own. I was able to put so many people on the podium and work with so many different athletes. And it's so crazy. I've worked with different athletes, but we all had that same mindset going into it, from not even knowing each other. And that was to be great. Yeah. Now, when you guys created the podcast and everything you're doing, that was your mindset. I'm sure this could be a great, with your ideas and with my ideas, we'll come together and this could be a great podcast.
Yes.
I mean, that's the same thing I do as a guide runner. From my individual experiences, it allowed me to be a great guide runner and a team player. And we created so much more doing that.
Yeah.
And it stemmed from there. It just built. I got better in my craft. And going back to Beijing, I was able to put somebody on that podium to win a gold medal.
Which is insane. And you bring up such interesting points, because I feel like a lot of people, because we were talking earlier about destigmatizing some of these things, because I feel like a lot of people, especially in the beginning phases, probably, where if you're coming off of an individual career, and then transferring into an arena where now you're trying to essentially help someone else. I mean, it's both of you, but like, as you said, like, you're trying to put somebody else on the podium. Like, what was your mindset in that situation? Because I mean, I'm sure it must be completely different.
Yeah. I mean, so I'll go back to a little bit. It was difficult for me at one point being in Athens. Because remember when I was telling you, I came up short at the Olympic trials. Well, so I came up short at the Olympic trials for 2004 and made it to the semifinals, got knocked out. And it was bittersweet for me after Lex long jump, because I was in shape. I was ready to go. And I saw my friends in Athens prior to that. So you have your Olympics, and then you have a month later, you have the Paralympics. So by the time I got there, all of my teammates were gone. All my training partners, my roommate was gone, because they were Olympians. And that was my goal. So it was bittersweet up until the point of time I saw Lex on the podium, thanking me, thank you for being here. And then my mantra, how you talked about team, individual experiences, my mantra, success through selflessness.
Wow.
I was going to bring that up.
That's when success through selflessness came full throttle.
Yes.
If he wins, I win. Even though we're connected, we're a team, we're together. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's what I'm saying, from the individual experiences and idea carrying over. And now that I'm a team player, I have experience over here. Now, when we get over here, we connect our ideas. Man, that's just going to flourish.
Yeah. So I hear so many good things. I hear, being prepared for the opportunity, not knowing what the opportunity might be, but just being prepared for whatever opportunity comes.
Yeah.
That principle alone is a principle that everybody can take away from this right now.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because that applies to everything in life. If you want to be successful in an arena, in a career, in relationships, you have to be selfless. There has to be an element of selflessness. And what you are talking about, what the principles that you're saying through your sport that you've learned, that you've developed, that you've crafted. First of all, this man is an Olympian on his own. You're mad. Let's not discount the fact that, you are an elite level athlete.
He said semifinals.
Bro, come on.
What?
You're an elite level athlete with an elite level soul. And that is rare.
Oh, I might have to take that one right there. I appreciate that.
Hey, it's all you, brother. It's all you.
No, I appreciate it.
Yes, brother. And one thing I realized is that through our successes and through the moments of hardship, what you just discussed was, there was pain. There was internal struggle and just this like duality of who you are, who you've been training to become your whole life. And now, okay, this arena is opening up, this opportunity is opening up. You could have seen it as, no, that's not me.
Yeah,
that's not. But you absolutely lean into that and embrace it.
That's it, embracing it. And once I embrace it, okay, my career is probably over as an individual athlete. Let me see where this guide running take me, because the experience was totally different. I'm connected to someone now. I'm not an individual athlete. Right. I'm more of a team player, so I'm a part of a team. So once I embraced it, that and started sharing the story and the journey, I found out a different group of people could relate to a lot of this.
Wow.
Everything that I do as a guide runner, it's all about trust, communication, leadership, motivating, and honesty. So all of that together, that's so much bigger than what I personally feel that I've done as an individual athlete. Like I tell people, my career as an individual athlete, and I've had some great success. I've run against the best athletes in the world, but it's right here. But me as a guide runner, I was able to change lives and difference and leave more of an impact. So that's through the roof. That's through the roof. I was able to think different ways. And even working with people that are blind, I figured out how to paint a picture in a way that they can see it.
Wow.
It forced me to be, it forced me to make sure my words and everything came out correct. The way that I envisioned things, I had to figure out, how I could bring it to them. I mean, even before I even started this, when I started working with somebody who was blind, I put myself in their shoes for that time frame. So I put the blinders on. I ran open field. I wanted to feel, even if it was for that short amount of time, I wanted to see how it felt. And if you guys put a blinder on, you knew you were in an open field and you tried to run full throttle. You're not. You're going to be hesitant. Yeah. You're going to be terrified and you're going to be scared, even though you know that you're in a huge open field, because we don't truly trust ourselves. Now, imagine being with someone and connecting with someone that truly trusts you and that is blind. And he's working off of your communication and the things that you say to him.
Wow.
So that's big. That's big right there. And that's why I'm saying, as an individual athlete, my career doesn't top me being a guide runner. And it just opens the other doors.
Wow. Brother, there's so many things you just touched on. So many things you just touched on. I the last bit I think of in the Bible says iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
And just the what you bring into your teammates, what you're adding into, oh my God, bro.
Yeah, man.
I mean, what he just said, because he was like, they have to trust you almost wholeheartedly in order to run full sprint. So like how important is it, the connection that you have? Because I'm sure like if I'm a blind person, right, and I don't like my guide runner,
oh wow,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So
that connection is important. That what you guys do, and it's not just practice.
Is it off the track as well?
Hang out outside of
okay.
So
yeah.
That bond is very important. Because you both need to trust each other. And I tell people this too as well. Even as a guide, I also need to be guided. Ooh. So when I listen to, it's important for me to understand, okay, this isn't working, Jerome. And then for me to take that in, what do I need to do in order for this to work? So I need to take that in. And that's where it comes together. Teammates working with each other.
Yes.
Self-awareness.
Yes.
Well, receptive as well.
Yes.
Yeah, you definitely have to be.
Also, talk a little bit about, because I'm curious about the logistics of like actually being a guide runner, because I'm sure like the differences between like training, for example, for yourself and just okay, I need to get faster, and like the logistics between, okay, I got to get this person faster, but then also like I have to be in certain, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
what, in terms of
definitely got to be faster than the athlete you with. You got to be stronger, and you have to have an understanding too. Okay, patience. Patience is definitely in it. You not only that, you become a sports psychologist, because I know that anybody out here I could beat. Yeah. But this isn't about me. This is about the athlete that I'm running with. So you become a sports psychologist in the sense that he may get nervous. He can't let you know that you're nervous in a race, even if it's a full stadium. You have to make sure that you're always ready and prepared when you're running with the athletes. So there's times where I've had nerves. But if I'm nervous, how is that going to work with our performance? So coming into once again, going back to it, make your mistakes in training so you don't make them in a competition. I'm prepared. We're ready. We're prepared. So I'll take it back to 2016 when we won a gold medal in Rio. We were in the back preparing, going through one of the areas where they check your blinders, because that's what you do. You have your officials check your blinders to make sure that there's no light perceptions for any of the athletes, so it'll all be on an even playing field. And the athlete that I'm running with, I knew he was ready to, David, I knew he was ready to go before we even step on the track.
Yeah.
I knew, but I saw those nerves slowly kicking in, and then of course, when you get there, there's other athletes. Yeah. Psych you out and everything. So what I tend to do is I pay attention. I see all of this. Mind you, he's the one with the target on his back because he's favored to win. So while he's over in the corner, I give him his space. I let him take it all in. I let him think about that. I don't huddle up under him all the time to make sure. I want him to zone in and get focused as well, too. Because mind you, I'm there alongside of him. I'm there along the ride and make sure he gets from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And motivating him as well.
Yeah.
But he's prepared. He's ready to go. So while we're in the back and warming up, I'm letting them know. I'll sit in the back corner. People are paying attention to him. And I'll just yell out, "You ready?" Now everybody's focused on us. And then he'll be like, "Yeah, I'm ready."
That's so cold.
We're ready to go. Everybody's zoned in, and now they're looking at us. They forgot to, whoa. They focus on us. We get out on the track. We're the first ones on the track. We're prepared. We're ready. Boom. We do our block starts, line up, game over after that. Game over. So a lot of that, my mindset going into a race, I'm prepared. I'm ready to go.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys know, I put my hat on backwards. That's my cape.
Yeah.
That puts comfort.
Yeah.
With guide runners, normally we've been known as just the guy with the orange bib. All guide runners have to wear orange vest. And I wanted to not only enhance the classification for blind athletes, but showcase what I do as a guide runner. So I put the hat on backwards.
Yeah.
I wanted people to pay attention to what the guy was doing that I was running with. Yeah. So I made sure that we entertained the crowd.
Yeah.
And as you know, you're not only athletes, but you are entertainer. People want to come and be entertained.
Yeah.
I paid attention to all that. And that's because I've watched great athletes do that prior to me getting in there. I watched one of my favorite athletes, Donovan Bailey.
Yes, sir.
I love Donovan Bailey. I'm gonna go off a little bit. I love Donovan Bailey because his stride pattern, man. Yeah. I think that he's so his finesse when he runs. So I try to mimic my stride and how he runs off of him. And he's long, his levers is long. So I tried to mimic my stride. But he entertained the crowd. People love Donovan. You have Maurice Green.
Yeah.
You had and I paid attention. Usain Bolt. Yes. If you entertain the crowd, if you get the crowd involved, they'll fall in love with you.
Yeah.
If you paint that picture and let them see your story, they'll fall in love with you. And that's what gravitate towards those certain athletes. And I felt that it was important for me to do that as a guide and and working with the athletes that I work with. Creating that platform. And that's what it's all about. Especially when we have that opportunity. Because not a lot of us have that opportunity. But when we have that opportunity, we need to make sure we make it happen. So that's why I'm talking about being prepared. Yes. When that opportunity comes, be ready.
Yes, sir.
Because you never know when that opportunity is going to come again.
Well, brother, the love that you are talking about is felt. The love that you've been wanting to achieve, that you've emulated with these great Donovan, amazing inspiration. And what you've created out of that inspiration is your own. You're in a class of your own. You're doing something that just talking to David and sitting with Xay learned a lot about guide running and as well as being blind, what that was like. We asked him, like, what you dream, what do you see? Do you dream? What all these different questions, learning about individuals that go through life a little bit different from everybody else.
Empathy.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And what you have done, I want to ask you is, what kind of person have you become now from the journey when you first started? Like your individual career, and then you started guide running. You're like, okay, I made it to the semifinals. Boom. All right, cool. And one thing you said in there that a lot of people, I don't want to pass over, is you realize that your time was done. That is a very hard thing for any athlete to come to terms with.
Agree.
Massive. That is huge. So, kudos to you. And that goes towards your character. And I can't stress this enough, is that I felt a huge presence meeting you all the time when I'm around you. It's just a huge presence there. And that only comes through character building. That only comes through a type of family being brought up in a space of love that you talk about, a space of endearment, right? And so the way you connect with other people, the way is the same way that they'll connect back with you. right? And so what you've created, and I know this is one of your philosophies, is an environment of positivity, and cultivating an environment of positive talk, a positive arena where you reside in. Like you created that space for yourself. And I just wanted to ask, like, why is that important for you? Why is that important to actually like say out loud and actually say, this is a goal and something I want to maintain in my life?
You hit it spot on earlier when you talked about embracing change. Once I embraced change and changed and focused in, it changed dramatically. Not only that, I think that negativity is just draining.
Yes.
Negativity. So I feel like I've always been the same person. It just amplified me even more, being in the position that I'm in. I've always been that same person. You know, that if I saw anybody that was on the street randomly that needed help, or just talk to people, you know, and that stems from my mother and my father. That's where my life, my journey, and all of this stems from. It stems from them, because that's the type of people they were, and that's all I was surrounded around. You know? So I knew as I've gotten older how important that tight circle and that positive, that just being around positive people would affect me. It affects my mood too, as well too. I mean, and I'm sure you guys can relate to that. If you're around someone that's constantly just, it may not come out so crazy. It may not come out negative, but you hear the doubt. You hear the doubt in their voice of anything. That's what I don't want to hear. I want you to dream big. I want people around me to dream big. And one thing that I pride myself on is pushing with encouragement.
Wow.
You know, that anybody, you know, I feel like there's a lot of people that encourage you. You know, a lot of people say, good job, especially with ideas and everything you have. But what I mean by pushing with encouragement, I love for people to say, oh, that's awesome what you're doing. Have you ever thought about doing this with this? Or adding on to what you guys do. You know, that's pushing with encouragement.
Elevating them.
Elevating. That's it. So I always, that's why I am where I am. And that's why I stay positive, because I have people that constantly push me with encouragement.
Listen, brother, I don't know if you have anything else. I just wanted to say quickly before we end our session today, if you had anything else, that I appreciate you. There's so many things I want to ask and I want to get into, but we got to do this.
Man, we got to do a part 2 then.
Yes, of course. Amazing conversation, man.
Jerome, brother,